It's gonna be a lot of fun.
It is gonna be a lot of fun.
How do you say it? Hello, my YouTube people.
Hello, my YouTube people.
Hello, my YouTube people.
How you doing today?
Hi.
I am here with my baby, Lexi.
Hey, guys.
And we are YouTubing together.
Ooh.
So what that means is she's working on her YouTube, I'm working on my next video, and we are sitting here comparing notes. And then we decided, Lexi says, hey mom, why don't we do like a little interview style, banter going back and forth. And I was like, all right, let's see what that brings. The Gen Xer and the Millennial coming together to vibe and give you opinions on YouTube. And yeah. So do you want to start off?
Hi, I'm Lexi. I'm the oldest, and I'm just happy to be in this space. I remember this space being my sister's room, and it's really nice to see how much it has transformed since me moving into my first apartment.
She moved out. I was like, yes, let me get my office, let me get my tape measure, let me get everything together. When are you leaving? Get your stuff. And now she's back and we're doing content. So that's exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting. I was telling my mom that I have headbanger raveware and I would love to make some sort of posters. And then we were talking about possibly doing digital merch stuff. So she's the expertise on the digital marketing side, and I do email marketing on my full-time job. So definitely love the collaboration and the guidance there. So thank you, Mom.
I'm trying to convince everybody to go into digital marketing and create YouTube. So I guess my influence is rubbing off. And that's great. I love it. Next is my younger daughter and my husband, and, a family that YouTubes together, right? So, it's so interesting doing it on this perspective. Me being a Gen Xer, not even having the faintest idea that this could be done until I went down a YouTube rabbit hole and said, hey, I can do that too. And it's so interesting, the perspectives, because me being a Gen Xer, I raised her to be in corporate America, and now, we're learning from, so I raised her to go into corporate America, go to college, get your bachelor's, get your master's, and, times are changing. And it's kind of neat to be experiencing this together, although she also has a corporate job, which she loves. We're kind of preparing each other for the future. I'm trying to teach her some digital marketing and digital products, and she in turn keeps me with the trends, and we feed off of each other. And I think that it's important, although we are both still in corporate America, to prepare ourselves for something else where we can actually spend more time together like this and grow. And of course, everybody wants to make money, but we mostly want to have a good time doing it.
Yeah, I completely agree, because when you think about it, you have to think about whether you want to make money or you want to build a community, and just even deciphering that little bit of information can help you decide what you want to do, whether it's a side hustle or like you want to make a group or things like that. The possibilities are endless.
I've had Lexi interning for me since she was about 10 years old. I took her to a lot of work functions. I took her to work. She was organizing swatches for me. And yeah, I just put her to work doing everything that, I basically didn't want to do. But she learned along the way.
Yeah, and with that knowledge got me into one of the best fashion schools in the world. So special shout out to you, Mom, for making it possible and paving the way.
You're welcome. And so a little tidbit, all three of us are graduates from FIT. I went for fashion design. Lexi went for advertising and communications, and my younger daughter, Asia, went for fine arts. She's the fine artist. artist
She is the fine
of the
artist.
group. She's the Picasso in our family.
Yeah.
So I'll have her on there too, showing you a little bit about what she does a little later on in the future. But right now, like, got Lexi here, and it's a treat, and we're, you know, feeding off of each other, making content. And I think it's a special time. I think it's really exciting. And we're just having a good time with it.
Yeah, and always remember, you have to have fun with what you're doing, because once you start to put a label on something that you have to do it for money, then you start looking at it more as a job versus a hobby.
Right. And remember, you know, our tribes will come to us. You know, her tribe will be different than my tribe. You know, my tribe is growing on YouTube, and I'm so thankful. And her tribe is growing on YouTube, and she's thankful. And, you know, we're just going on that. We're riding on that YouTube train together.
Yes, the gratitude YouTube train.
The gratitude YouTube train, yeah. So I have a little footage of her doing what she does that I will show you guys. All right, we're recording. Lexi, what are you working on?
I am working on a full Lost Lands guide on if you should go to Lost Lands, and spoiler, you should go.
And what are you working on? What platform?
I am working on YouTube because someone over there inspired me to get back into YouTube.
It's me. It's me. I'm that someone. It's me. So you want to give a little demonstration of what you're doing?
So what I am doing is I am saving this composition that I'm doing that has to do with me meeting with my friends at Lost Land. So I'm going to save that really quick and show you the bigger picture of what I'm working on. So this is what I'm working on. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi, and we're going to talk about Lost Lands.
Yes.
Yes. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Lexi. I'm going to be talking about Lost Lands. As you guys know, it's been a little bit... And if you guys want to see the rest, you have to go look at my channel.
I'm working on my video, so I'm sitting here trying to pretend that I don't need my glasses, and yeah, absolutely do.
Hello,
Working on my side hustle video.
Today we are going to discuss how to start a side hustle for under $25.
Stay tuned.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
It is going to be a lot of fun. So, any questions you have for me?
How do you deal with stress when it comes with, you know, learning something new like digital marketing?
Well, I haven't always been the calmest person or the calmest fruit in banana in the bunch or whatever. But I stripped myself of all knowledge that I had and became a fresh student, like if I was in kindergarten, and completely humbled myself and just gave way into learning what I was being taught. I have a great coach that has a great program on digital marketing, which I will insert down below. And she has taught me how to balance all of these things together. And she's very patient, and she breaks things down into little bite-sized pieces. And that's especially great for us, for people like me, the Gen Xers, that have to learn things at a slower pace. I mean, look, we're still with it. We're still computer savvy, but we are not nearly as advanced as the Millennials and the Gen Zers, which are were completely raised on social media and on the computer and on their phones. So, you know, it's a process, but I think the key is to completely give yourself into the process and get rid of that feeling of frustration because you don't understand something. Even if you have to rewind it 2 or 3 times or watch the clips, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 times, however long it takes in order for you to get it, I promise you, you're going to have that aha moment and it's going to inspire you to want to do more.
And also remember, it's not a race, it's a marathon. So pacing yourself and preventing burnout is always useful. What I normally do when I become stressed in specific situations is that I watch something that has nothing to do with what I'm doing. Like if I am stuck on something, I'll watch like music videos, or I'll watch something that is stylistically cohesive on my YouTube algorithm, and then it'll start getting me going, and like I can compile things that I would have never thought of doing unless I kind of just took a step back, kind of did something a little mindless, so it has me refreshed as well. And also, Gen X are not boomers, so I feel like people should stop treating them like they're boomers, because the cool thing about Gen X is that they have an abundance of smarts. Like they have street smarts. They're savvy with the phones. And also too, like, they are more susceptible to learning, because some people are empty nesters. Some people are, some people are just trying to get their footing on what they want to do after their kids leave. So I think people have to give Gen X a little bit more credit.
Thank you. And I think people should give millennials a little bit more credit as well, because they get kind of a bad rap sometimes. A lot of people say that they complain, that they're a little bit lazy and entitled, but they don't complain nearly as much as Gen. But we raised millennials. Us Gen Xers raised millennials, and what we did is that we took away all of their problems. So the onus is on us, really. If we fixed it for them and didn't let them deal with us the way our parents let us deal with it, basically on ourselves, like we were adults at 13, then, we have to take a little bit of credit for, the bad rap that they get. But the wonderful thing about millennials is that they changed the game. I would have never, when I used to tell my daughter, give my daughter advice about corporate America, I've been so traumatized to say, don't talk back to your bosses, don't, offer opinions, do what you're told. And they changed that game. They changed that game for all of us. And, they really instituted the work from home. With COVID, that helped a lot. But they were like, well, wait a minute. If we could do our jobs from home, why do we have to go back? So that's where that hybrid was really born. Their refusal to give up their work-life balance is amazing. And I think that they should be commended for that, And
I think also too, like, I feel like Gen X parents, like, we saw like what you guys had to go through to allow us to play and explore and be artistic. A real fun fact about my mom, when we used to live in the Bronx, she would allow us, we were living in a 1-bedroom, and she would allow us to draw on our walls that were next to our beds. And a normal parent wouldn't let, their kids draw on the walls and stuff. But since my parents are artists, like my dad loves to make music, you love to make art, it felt like a really good ground that it didn't remind me that we were living in a one apartment. It was like some of the happiest memories that you could just look at a white wall and just see what can make this pretty, or what can make our ideas become ideas. And I think that is how even through college, there was a professor that I had that said stuff that's like a storm. Like you basically randomize lists and see what things go together. And like that's always been my tactic with like my designs and like how I look about things and the festivals I want to go to and things like that, and just trying to merge it all into one is all fundamental from college, and also you giving us the opportunity to be ourselves and see how we want to be artistic.
And I always told her, when things seem insurmountable, what do? You break down the the monster. You break down the monster, you cut it, start to slice it. Start to take little things off of the insurmountable problems into bite-sized problem pieces. So before you know it, the problem is solved and you've gotten past that hurdle. So
you also say don't take everything, like don't do everything at once, because you trying to fight the monster with no weapon.
Right.
It's like, are you going to run away? Are you going to crawl and hide? Or are you going to figure out with what around you? Or are you going to break it down?
Yeah. So what's your most exciting aspect about digital products?
I think coming from like an email marketing perspective, seeing how many different ways that email marketing can look for, like can learn your patterns and see like what you're looking for versus like going through a bunch of emails, like looking for sales, which we all have been accustomed to not shop full price. But I think the most interesting thing about it is it's always kind of a test. It's a test to see who's going to open something, who's going to react to something, who's going to make someone compelled to buy something, and just being able to kind of connect with your base, because your email list is something that is yours. It's not something that Instagram owns. It's not something that a platform owns. It's something that you earned yourself.
That's called the lead magnet. So when you are diving into the world of digital products, this is why it's important for you to have a website. Like I use Stan Store and I use Shopify for my print on demand. But with something like Stan Store, you get to keep your own email marketing. Say TikTok or Instagram goes down and your account is wiped out, well, there goes all of those emails. So when you developed a lead magnet, which is like a little digital product or a little something that you give your audience in exchange for their emails, then that's something that's really valuable to start and build your business to get it to the level that you want. So that's where email marketing and digital products kind of meet hand in hand.
And it was one of those things in college, like when we were trying to figure out what to do for work, everybody was so scared about, oh man, like what are we going to do? And like we're so used to advertising agencies and pharmaceutical advertising agencies that by the time we graduated, that is when the beginning of e-commerce really started to develop into the beautiful like world that it is, because not only is it always changing, but also too like you're seeing the ways that things are trending and how they can trend in multiple channels, and trying to think about like, oh, how will this look on print? How will this look on digital? How would this look in a small little like ad insert, like in a YouTube video or something? And I just think the evolution of digital is just a beautiful journey to be on, because it's always changing. And especially with the inclusion of AI, it is something that is going to be changing, ever so changing. So being able to be the artist that we are, to kind of see these things that can make our craft a little better is nice to know.
Don't shy away from AI. Us Gen Xers, we call this the new careers. Like we didn't even have phones. We had the rotary phones and beepers. So who knew that was going to happen? So this is what I mean by completely humbling yourself and starting from ground zero. It's an exciting time, and I'm so thankful to have, my beautiful millennial here to keep me grounded and tell me, hey mom, you can do it. And she's so encouraging with my YouTube. She told me to do this years ago, and I was like, YouTube, what's that gonna do for me? And like, you know what, I should have listened, because I probably would have been a lot more advanced than I am now. But you know what? It's all in due time on when somebody is ready to do it. But I encourage all of you guys, especially if you have younger people in your life that can teach you and can encourage you. You can do this. I'm doing it. I'm a living example. And I used to get very frustrated with things. Although I am computer savvy, I wasn't that computer savvy in the world of social media. You know, so I thank you, and thank you for coming by.
Of course.
Filming, and we're going to continue, and yeah, we'll show you guys what we come up with.
Yeah, and one last thing before we sign off. Don't get discouraged by numbers. Social media is a slow cook, and it's not to say that, you know, if you do post something that there is a chance that it could go viral, it could go into the segment or the niche that you want to go into, but don't be discouraged if it doesn't happen overnight. The algorithm is constantly changing, and once you find a groove, now that Instagram has learnings about when your followers are interacting with stuff that you like more, it's now tailored to how you want to contact versus how the platform wants you to make content. So just have fun and keep exploring, and, you know, don't pretend to be anybody else. Be you, because who knows? The thing that you have to offer is probably something that someone is looking for, and you can be the first one to bring it.
And remember, your tribe will find you on Instagram, on TikTok, on YouTube. Your tribe will find you, and you will appreciate all of those subscribers because they're there to see you, not just to fulfill your number game.
Exactly.
So, yeah. Until the next time, peace.
Peace. That was so good.